Okay, so in the past I've worked with sheetrock joint tape paper, and I've posted videos on it. And here's an example. It's basically just glued on here with Titebond 3, and it turns out that for every linear inch, this holds 33 pounds. So this right here is 100 pounds of force. So I can pull on it with all my strength, and I can't rip it. The problem is the Titebond 3 does not penetrate all the way through the paper, even if you put it on both sides. So when this is on the edge of a boat and it scrapes on concrete, it does tear down the middle. It shears like this, and it rolls. So this was a no-go. This is a cotton paper towel that I just discovered. I tried to use it as a wiping rag and it didn't work because it left lint everywhere. But I cannot cut this with a X-Acto knife like I can the paper. And it appears to be, it's almost like a cotton paper towel is what it is. So I know cotton is not the strongest natural fiber. I know hemp is stronger, but I just wanted to test this and see how it compared to the paper, because the paper, the paper without glue was like that, and then with glue, I tested this. I clamped this to a clamp, and then I put a carabiner through this, and I put over 100 pounds on it, and it ripped the carabiner. So the plywood failed before the paper failed. And this has been sitting in my shop for 2 or 3 years, and I still can't get it to rip just by pulling on it. I did a test where I took this and I made a 6-inch wide strip, and I literally screwed it to the doorway, and I hung on it with all my weight, and it didn't break. Because I weigh less than 200 pounds, and if this is 33 pounds per square inch, 6 inches adds up to 200 pounds, so I could not break it. Anyway, so when you add Titebond 3 to a fibrous natural material, it becomes a lot stronger. So this is already sort of more tear resistant than the paper, so I'm going to test it. Okay, so yesterday I glued up a new test. This is a cotton rag. It's 100% cotton. When I say it's a cotton paper towel, I mean it. It's 100% cotton. There's no paper in it. It's made from recycled. It's from a t-shirt factory, and they had all these I don't know, this waste product, and they turned it into something like a paper towel, but it's cotton. So so if you look at this, it's and you look at this, this is much more translucent. That means that the Titebond 3 absorbed through it, or went through it all the way. So I'm not as concerned about this as the paper. The paper, you could not ever get it to completely saturate because it was a little too thick. And that's a problem with the paper, is if you can't completely saturate something, then it can absorb water. So that was the problem with that. And so I'm going to test this. Okay, here's my setup for the test. Here's the paper with Titebond 3, and here's the cotton paper towel. Well, it's not paper, it's cotton towel, saturated with Titebond 3. And I know this is 3 inches wide, and this will take 100 pounds. I don't know if this is stronger or weaker. I'm just going to hang on it and see which one breaks first. There's the plywood is not continuous. There's a 1/4 inch gap. So which link is going to be the weakest? I'm just going to hang on this. they both broke at the same time. What the heck? That's interesting. Huh. Well, they're about the same. I think I'm gonna have to watch the video in slow motion or something to understand what just happened. Okay, after reviewing the video in slow motion, you can tell that the one on the top broke first, which was the paper. If you look very closely, you can see there's an edge here that's not saturated with the glue. So that has been the issue with the paper is the Titebond 3 does not penetrate all the way through. And here is the cotton paper towel, and you do not see that same feature on this edge. There's not a dry looking section. So the strength of the cotton towel, the cotton fabric is stronger than the paper, and now it's just a matter of how well it does abrasively with abrasion. Whether or not it'll hold up on the edge of a boat on the exterior, I don't really know yet. I think it's worth trying though. And then I did the same thing. I put this cotton fabric immersed in Titebond 3 to seal up the seam between the two pieces of floor. And when I press on it, it feels really solid. There's not a lot of movement. So that's a good sign. All right, there's the new floor after priming. I'm using shellac-based primer because it is sandable and it dries very fast and it's compatible with any kind of paint. And I'm using Advanced Alkyd. It's a water-based paint, but when it dries, it acts like a oil-based paint. So, it'll look so much better once I put the paint on.